I just came back from a very short vacation to Europe. Went to Madrid in Spain, then I went to Paris in France, and the entire time I'm thinking, man, why hasn't anybody replicated a Tubescreamer that sounds exactly like Stevie Ray Vaughan? We've had a lot of those Tubescreamers all around, but how about one that's just exactly his sound? And it was staring me right in the eye, creepily, if I may add. Today, we look at the pedal pawn Cowboy King, or it looks at you. What is up, YouTube? My name is Buddy Blues, and hey, look at us. A lot of you have already clicked off. Oh, another Tubescreamer, another. Give it a chance. Give me a chance. Give Pedal Pawn a chance. Give the pedal a chance. Let's talk about it a little bit. About a year or so ago, Pedal Pawn came out with their Blues Print pedal. It was like a blues breaker and a very vintage TS9. Now, that TS9 that they created, the Tubescreamer that they created, this one has its topology, it has its bones, and then everything else that they did to this is steroids. They just pumped it with a whole bunch of steroids. What does that mean? You now have more volume on tap, unlike the old ones, because the other one that they did was very vintage. The very vintage ones, you had to crank the gain, you had to crank the level, and you had to keep the tone somewhere, because it went from very dark, unusable to extremely bright. So you had to keep the tone somewhere in the middle. This one, you've got a lot of level on tap to break up your own amp. Let me get to this in a second. Let me get to the drive in a second. Tone is my favorite knob on here, by the way, because it's usable extremely high. And I found that this setting right here, I will show it to you, is the exact Stevie Ray Vaughan setting if you play with the volume control on your guitar. Drive around where it is now with a broken up amp, which is what I'm going to be playing with mostly when the volume is fully up on the guitar. That's very important for you to pay attention to what my hand is doing, what my pinky is doing with the volume knob. It's going to be very important because this is how this pedal and all of his pedals like to be played. A lot of people bought the Texan Twang, you know, the pedal that made pedal pon a thing, that made them really a global thing, right? It was the Texan Twang. And a lot of people didn't like it. And a lot of those people didn't understand it. That pedal requires you to play through a cranked amp and mess with your volume on the guitar. This pedal is kind of the same. It's not a, you know, it's not a treble boost or whatever the other one is. It's not that, but it's also the same idea. You really have to mess with the volume knob on your guitar. You really have to have a cranked-ish amp. You have a lot of gain on tap here. You have a lot of the classic TS9 stuff, and then you have a whole lot more. And I love how they did it. I really don't know what's up with this guy. I don't know. I really don't know what they were going for, but it's there, and forever it's gonna stare at you at your pedal board. This guy. But anyway, we're going to go through some tones now. I love this setting that I showed you a second ago. That's where I want to live most, but of course I'm going to show you the range. I'm going to play the same strat that I played earlier. It's my first strat. If you want a whole story about this strat, it's right here. I've got Artur Menezes. Art Menezes' actual pickups, you know, his signature pickups in it. Brought this guitar back to life. It's my first electric guitar. And Victory Deputy, because I want that punch. And let's get to it. Yes, you have now heard the pedal pawn Cowboy King. Is it just another Tubescreamer? Maybe. Does it do a very specific sound and a very specific job? Yes. If you're really trying to nail those SRV tones, really high gain stuff or really low gain stuff by messing with your volume control on the guitar like you saw me do the whole video, this really is it. I love his stuff. I love him. He's a very cool guy. He has a very successful YouTube channel. I think they just crossed 200,000 subscribers or 250, something like that. 200,000. I've got 20,000 subscribers, so hey. He does a lot of cool YouTube videos. He just opened a new studio and all that. Anyway, it's a cool channel. He's a cool guy. They're really cool people. Pedal pawn, I mean, I think there's just 2 people and a builder, so I think it's 3. So I'm sure you've heard of them, and especially if you clicked because you saw the whole SRV thing, you clicked and you know who he is. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. Hey, why are you back? Do you enjoy the playing? Why? There's so many better people out there. Do you enjoy the comedy? Hey, think this is a comedy show? You think I could feed my kids with comedy? Huh? I don't have kids. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing. It really helps. A lot of you watch these videos and are not actually subscribed. It's just a click away. You're going to see my videos anyway, but they're subscribed or not. It's just a click away. Subscribers, there's a whole misconception of if you subscribe, I get paid. That's not it at all. What the subscriber, and I'll be candid with you here, and I'm sure Pedal Pawn will chime in on this. What the subscriber count does is help with credibility so that I can grow the channel. That's all it is. It's credibility so I can grow the channel. So I can reach out to Fender. I can reach out to bigger companies. I can reach out to other companies, or other companies can now reach out to me because it's a thing. Listen, it's a game and I don't want to play it, but here we are. So please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Hey, and if you like the opening jam, guess what? I liked it too. We have that in common. I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here. I've been Buddy Blues. You have been the people of the blues. Until next time, thank you for watching. I don't know why I hesitated. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to say at the end?